Alexander Rodriguez. Good morning. Hi, this is Family Violence. Hello. So we were set for discovery.
Yes,
I'm
Judge.
sorry,
Oh, sure.
just give me 1 second. My mom has a doctor's. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Judge, I was handed the flash drive that I had turned over to the state this morning.
Okay,
So I have not had a chance to review it, but we were given at least some discovery. I don't know what's on it.
all right. So Ms. Ferguson, on this case, on Mr. Rodriguez, if you can recall it for September, the week of September 23rd, that will give you plenty of time to review. That will be your final discovery.
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
September 24th.
And Judge, I have a motion that was filed if I can hand it to you.
Okay,
I'm trying to figure out.
this is just an appointment of an investigator.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, all is good. All is good.
I'm not doing anything shady, I promise.
September 24th was the discovery or plea deadline?
Discovery.
And
And
you-
state on September 24th, you need to be prepared to make an offer.
Yes, Judge.
September 24th.
All right, so you're on.
Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, you're all excused. All right, so why are you leaving us?
I got offered a pretty swanky gig in Wilson County to go prosecute, and I'm starting there on Wednesday.
Okay, where is Wilson County?
Floresville.
I'm sorry, where?
Floresville?
Oh, how far is that from here?
About 25 minutes from here, from
Well,
downtown.
congratulations.
Thank you, I'm excited.
They're
get
lucky to
going.
have you.
Thank
I
you.
always say it's great to have a person who's been a defense attorney be a prosecutor because you can see different things.
I agree with that. I've never prosecuted.
You're gonna have fun.
I've been doing this for over 20 years
I
and,
shouldn't say fun, but you'll see a different perspective.
well, I'm excited.
Because I hadn't done it before and I'd only worked for myself.
Uh-huh.
So
That's me.
the defense attorneys and people who knew me were taking bets on whether or not I would last at the DA's office. So my very first day at the DA's office, I finished my work, right? It's 11:30 a.m. I'm like, well, this is great. And so I'm walking across the street to go to the parking garage to go, I don't know, walk in the park, watch the birds. Then I'm like, curses, I work for somebody else. And so I had to walk all the way back in the heat to the office. But you'll enjoy it.
Trade-offs, everything is trade-offs.
All right, well, have a good one and
Thank you, Judge.
enjoy. Don't be a stranger.
Thanks, not at all. I've still got some PSIs and things. So I'll still be floating around the courthouse.
All right.
So.
Who's here on Nabib Garcia? All right, Mr. Garcia. Hello, what's going on with this case? Where are we on discovery?
On discovery for this case, Your Honor, I believe we have turned over everything that is in our possession. However, Mr. Garcia has a DWI with child passenger alleged to have occurred late December of 2023 that involves a blood draw, for which we still do not have a toxicology report. So I want to learn whether that toxicology report is completed. If it is, I'd like to have it so that we can consider including that as part of a plea offer in this case, or if there isn't one, why there isn't one after 8 months.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. This is going to be the final date for discovery. After that, this case is going to keep moving through the process because it's depending on what's happening with the other cases, this is a higher level felony.
Correct.
Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 40 days for final discovery? And it's on Garcia. All right, and parties, this 2024 PF 08709, is that a different unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction?
Believe so. So there's only one indicted case. He has several cases pending, but the only one that's indicted is the unlawful carry of a weapon. There's the endangering the DWI. I believe there is another unlawful carry, and also there's a misdemeanor.
All right, well, if y'all will look into those matters and see what's going to happen
Yes.
in regards to those cases as well. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, we're going to come back on October 7th.
And so
Or
of course, so
discovery.
we're working toward a global resolution for everything.
All right, October 7th, final discovery.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
No.
All right, who's here on Johnny Aguirre?
That's me. I'm present for Mr. Pitts. John Kuntz represents Mr. Aguirre on the MTR. He was on probation under this court on a 4-200 possession case.
Mhm.
However, he's charged with an ag assault deadly weapon that Charles Gold represents him on.
Mhm.
And on this one, I conferred with Mr. Garahan, and they just need time to look into the ag assault before deciding what's going to happen on the MTR.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I know this was set for a contested hearing today. This will be the final setting for contested. If I can have a contested hearing on Johnny Aguirre, and we'll see where we are on that date.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I can do September 17th.
All right, September 17th.
Sure.
Bashan, that's on Johnny Aguirre. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of Danger Will Robinson. What's that? Lost in Space. You know, why didn't they just get rid of Dr. Smith? You know, I'm sorry. Just when I say rid of him, I just mean leave him on a different planet and just keep moving. What page is Aguirre on? All right, thank you. Corey Wardlaw. And after this case, we're going to take our recess. Court is calling 2024 CR 0075558, State of Texas versus Corey Lee Wardlaw. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Your hair was settlement.
Defense.
Brian Kimbrough from Mr. Wardlaw.
And are you Mr. Wardlaw?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Mr. Wardlow, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
It's not mine.
According to the plea, there's a $2,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration the following NIMAC numbers: 764, 693, 764, 694, and there's to be restitution for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea.
That is.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 7 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Your Honor.
No, Judge.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I would ask the court to follow the plea bargain, talk to Mr. Wardlaw, see if he can complete the probation successfully. I would ask the court to consider probating part of the fine. He's currently not employed and he was, I believe, homeless at the time of his arrest. So he's got to get his feet on the ground. But he believes, he's told me that he's made a change. He's not going to be using controlled substances anymore. And he would like an opportunity to show the court.
All right. How often were you using?
About once a week now.
Do you have any children?
I do not have.
All right. If you were released, who would you be living with?
I'm my sister.
Okay. Have you asked her if you can live with her?
Yes.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school now.
So what have you been doing with your life since graduation?
I've just been working in restaurants now.
How did you become homeless?
When I got this case, I lost my job and I thought I lost my job. I couldn't pay the rent, so I wanted to lose my pay.
So what were you doing at this location?
I was with a friend of mine. He was, we just got off work and he was going to go pick up clothes.
They don't mention a friend in the police report. They just say, well, they do say you were in the passenger side.
Yes.
So who's your friend?
His name was Hernandez. He's no longer in Texas anymore.
Okay. What does your sister do?
She works at a doctor's office. I believe it's a nurse assistant.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to a $2,000 fine that will be probated, 6 years deferred adjudication, taking consideration NIMAG number 764-693, 764-694, restitution to SAPD for drug testing, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, no contact with Aaron Rangel. I'm going to do a referral to felony drug court. That's to be in custody. A TAP evaluation. If not accepted into felony drug court, then that TAP evaluation will be in custody. Follow all recommendations. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits, 1 time per month for 4 months upon release, then at probation's discretion. And there's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else he needs? All right, it's Aaron Randall. I thought he said Rangel.
Okay. No, I'm sorry.
And judge the UA.
All right, we're gonna do the UA hotline until further notice. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, we can go off the record. And this court to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, then you can always come back to court. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, everyone, we're going to take our break. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 00806 and 2024 CR 3222. State of Texas versus April. Elizabeth Davila, can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Sadelman.
Defense?
Brenda Levenstein for Ms. Davila.
And are you Ms. Davila?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery in each of these cause numbers and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
And the cause number ending in 8060, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. And the cause number ending in 3222, you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced. Those are state jail felonies. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
And each cause number, did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do,
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
yes.
Ms. Davila, in each of the cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
In each cause number, the cases are to run concurrently. All right, let me ask you all, what is cause number 2024 PF 11430?
It's a misdemeanor failure to ID in County Court 12.
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas. Yes, that's correct, Judge.
Okay, all right, so that's, and the reason why I ask, because it says 2024 PF, and usually those are the felony cases sent to Judge Nahara, but now I understand why it's running concurrent. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all right, and so each cause number is to run concurrent. They're also to run concurrent with 2024 PF 11430. State is taking in consideration 2024 PF 11429, night mag number 764428. And again, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Then to the offense in cause number 2024 CR 008060. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
And in the cause number 2024 CR 3222, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
State any evidence to support the defendant's pleas?
Be contained in exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
Any
No
objection?
objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, each cause number, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty in each cause number. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes,
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
just that Ms. Davila understands what she needs to do on probation. When she's gonna do her best.
All right, how old are you?
40.
All right, why are you stealing?
Well, because didn't have a job and I was trying to support my family.
When you say support your family, who is your family?
It was my husband back then.
So the family you're trying to support is you're trying to support your husband by stealing?
Yes, I was.
All right, and what does he do for a living?
Nothing.
Okay, so why are you trying to support someone who does nothing? So when were you two married?
No, not married. It was common law.
All right, so were you homeless or no?
No,
So where is he?
he lives in Mexico.
So when you were committing these offenses, was he living here?
No,
So you're stealing,
I'm going over there to sell it.
okay. Do you have any children?
No,
Are you a citizen?
yes.
So how are you supporting yourself other than stealing?
Oh, right now, I'm not.
All right, why don't you have employment, or why didn't you have employment?
I just haven't gotten a job.
I'm sorry, what?
I just hadn't gotten a job, no ID, nothing.
So in all of your life, you never had an ID?
Yes, but in 2014 was the last year I had my ID.
So what happened to your ID?
I got lost and I just never got it renewed.
I mean, it's easy to get an ID.
Yeah.
How are you paying your bills if you don't have an ID?
Well, no, I was living with my sister
Okay,
and she works, so she pays the bills.
so I don't understand what you've been doing with your life. Do you have any children?
No.
So what have you been, how far did you go in school?
9th grade,
And why only ninth grade?
because my dad got sick and I just didn't go back. I stayed home to help take care of him.
All right, and how old is your sister?
2 years older than me.
So why didn't she just stay?
She did.
All right, your story's not really making much sense to the court.
That's my story.
So how often have you been using drugs?
For about 5 years.
And when did you start?
In 2020.
And why did you start using?
Just as I was depressed, my mom had just passed away.
And what did you start using?
Heroin.
And how often were you using heroin?
At first, not every day, but it turned into every day.
And how did you support your habit?
By stealing,
And what else?
and that's all. I would steal and sell the stuff.
Who's buying pliers from you?
No, I would use that to cut the alarms off. No one would buy pliers from me.
Okay. All right. Anything else I should know about your client? Then in the cause number ending in 3222, this is what the court will do. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's $1,000 fine. That will be probated. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 008060, 2024 PF 11430. Take in consideration 2024 PF 11429, night mag number 764428. The following will take place in custody: a referral to felony drug court, TAP evaluation, MIC evaluation. If not accepted, I'm sorry, that's the order I wanted in: felony drug court, then TAP evaluation, MIC evaluation, and we'll do a referral to Esperanza Court as the last one. And if not accepted, then it's going to be inpatient treatment. Ms. Abrams, what inpatient treatment would they recommend? She had been using heroin daily if she's not accepted into felony drug court. She needs to be in an inpatient treatment facility.
Or safe.
All right, safe P. Upon release, there's to be regular reporting in person, the UA hotline, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. There's to be 120 hours of community service restitution. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? What do you want to do with your life?
Have a normal life, like be working, have a car, hopefully an apartment.
All right, so where do you want, what type of job are you looking for?
Well, anywhere that'll hire me.
Okay, well, no, I mean, what's your dream job?
Oh, a nail tech.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, it's going to be 120 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if she completes her GED or she obtains some sort of trade school certification. So if you want to be a nail tech, start working towards that and I'll waive the community service hours. Do you understand?
Yes.
Probation, is there anything else she needs under that cause number? Is there anything else you need from me under that cause number?
No.
All right, and the cause, everyone please whisper. And cause number 2024 CR 008060. Court will sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine, probated. Concurrent with 2024 CR 008060, 2024 PF 11430. Taking consideration 2024 PF 11429, night mag number 764428. In custody, the following evaluations: referral to felony drug court, TAP eval, MIC eval, Esperanza Court. If not accepted, then inpatient treatment at safety. Upon release, it's to be regular reporting in person, the UA hotline until further notice, proof of employment within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider with minors, no unsupervised contact with minors, field visits one time per month until further notice, 120 hours community service restitution. If you complete the GED or obtain a trade school certificate, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else under that cause number? All right, is there anything else you need from the court under that cause number that can help you? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Sandy Garcia?
There's one with a motion that Jason will wants to reapproach on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the attorney for Sandy Garcia? Hello, hi. So my understanding is, she doesn't want to do Esperanza Court. Am I right?
I don't know about that, Your Honor. Question I have though.
Mhm.
She bonded out, Your Honor, and she picked up a new case, assault to injury to either elderly or child. You didn't specify which one. I just saw that. I think they did a mental health assessment, requested order. I don't know if that's been completed, but I don't know. I gotta check with Esperanza Court. I'm not sure if a assaultive offense will disqualify her from being in Esperanza Court.
Well, my understanding, she didn't want to be in Esperanza Court.
I did not hear that.
Who knows whether or not, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
was there a report received back on Sandy Garcia on Esperanza Court?
If you give me just a second, Judge, let me. Yeah, it's right here.
My mom made that kind of affidavit.
Yeah, she made it clear to them she didn't want to be in the program, so that has passed. So there we are. So she's not going back to Esperanza Court. I'm not doing another referral. They are busy. All of the treatment programs are busy, and to have someone, up for the assessment, and then they said, no, I don't want to do it. So we're not doing that. So has all of the discovery been received?
Well, she hasn't been reviewed yet. I just got appointed July 11th, Your Honor, on these cases, Your Honor.
All right.
And now she has a new one that I just got appointed on maybe 2 weeks ago.
All right.
That was on vacation.
So we are going to come back. Norma, recall this back for September 16th for discovery. And then after that, we're going to be setting it for jury trial. State, you need to be prepared to tender an offer on September 16th.
Well, so if my understanding is correct, and counsel brought me up to speed a little bit, there are the two cases that I have here in my hand that he has conferred with my colleagues in CTD. And then in August, not even July, in August, this individual allegedly picked up a new offense. So I've given them, meaning counsel, the contact information for the intake PERS. And that is the status update I have to give to defense. But other than that, that's all I know about the case, is an offense date from August. This individual is allegedly having picked up another case.
Okay. So we're coming back on September 16th for discovery. And then after that, if no agreements are reached, the next setting is going to be a jury trial date, and will be, this will be the case that will be tried.
Which one's that?
Prostitution.
I'll talk to my.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Take care.
All right. Who's here on Elisa Hernandez? All right, Ms. Hernandez, come down, please. All right, so where are we on this case?
Today, on the drug case, we're supposed to be on a discovery compliance or see where we're on that. She has a night mag subsequent to, or previous to that on injury to elderly that
Yes.
nothing's been done. And then I think we had a referral to mental health court in
Yes.
the interim. She has 2 misdemeanor cases that I am not the attorney on. I think Ms. Lamerson is on one, if not both.
Well, what I have is that she had a caseworker assigned to her for the mental health, August 6th. And then we're back here for a discovery on the injury to the elderly case, because that was previously pending.
That's on the, I think that's on the drug case.
No.
No.
So we have the drug case. And then she got a case manager August 6th for mental health issues, I believe.
Right.
And then also what was supposed to be said today is to see where we were on discovery for the injury to the elderly case. I know that's unindicted.
We looked at it on the drug case,
Okay, yeah.
not on the injury. I tell you what, if it helps any, I know your people aren't here for injury to elderly, but I gotta be back in the courtroom, house tomorrow morning. I can check with them in the morning, see what the
Okay.
status is, report back to the court.
Okay. So, when do you want it recalled for?
Well,
Mr.
you said September 16th for somebody. I checked my date. That's fine if it's okay with you.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can we recall Elisa Hernandez for September 16th for discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'll report back to you after I talk to them to see if they're gonna do anything with that
All right.
application.
All right, thank you. Do you have any
Thank you.
questions?
I'm still gonna be incarcerated till then?
Yes.
At least till we can talk to them and then we'll see if we can maybe work something out for you if we have to.
Okay.
Okay? All right, hang in there. Thank you.
Thank you. Morgan, I'm sorry, just 1 second. We have an interpreter here.
Sure.
Fräulein Guzman Velasquez. All right. So on, the court is going to go on the record, 2022 CR 10958B, State of Texas versus Fräulein Guzman Velasquez. Can our parties announce for the record for the state?
Diego Escobar for the state of Texas.
Rafael Leal for Fräulein Guzman Velasquez.
All right, and I believe you have co-counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, Brian Kimbrough.
All right. So the first issue that we need to address is transcripts of conversations that include jail calls, and it's conversations related to someone impersonating an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, and state, I believe previously you had tendered an offer in this case. That is correct?
Yes, Judge.
And is that offer still open?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So, and Mr. Leal, you speak Spanish fluently?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the court is in receipt of the transcribed jail calls and video calls. On the documentation, it's a total of 47 documents. And both have been translated verbatim. There's a USB drive that has the calls and video calls. And then there's a blue USB that shows all of the calls transcribed and translated verbatim. What the court is going to do is the court is going to give those items to defense counsel. The court will also review those items without defense counsel's objection, correct?
No objection.
Right. And the only persons who will review this so far will be the defense attorney in the court. And the court will make a determination of whether or not any of this is attorney-client privilege. Anything else with regards to that?
No, Your Honor.
For the record, the court is giving those items to defense counsel. I'm going to set this for a plea deadline date for September 16th. There will be no further extensions of plea deadline dates in this case. If there is no agreement reached, then your next setting is going to be a quick turnaround for a jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, and I'm sorry, I did not do this. Could I have the interpreter, if you could raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Your Honor, the interpreter's name is Jorge Valle.
All right, and Mr. Valle, have you been interpreting faithfully from English into Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the defense, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Anthony Morgan. Hello. Hi, so where are we on discovery?
Discovery seems to be sufficient, Judge, at this time.
Okay. All right, State, were you able to tender an offer?
Yes, Judge. So.
All right, sir, how old are you?
53.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this the second week in September for a plea deadline date, please?
Yes. I can do September 10th.
All right, September 10th is going to be your plea deadline date. At that time, you'll need to let the court know whether you've reached an agreement with the state.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tamika Studemire.
Your Honor.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Oh, come forward. All right, you need to make sure you're on time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what's going on here?
Conferred with the state.
Your Honor, I want about 2 weeks so that I can contact the complainants in this case, determine their position on plea offers, and then from that, make a plea offer to the defendant.
All right, so do you have all discovery?
Yes, yeah, I've downloaded Discovery. As far as I know, I've got it all. Whatever's up on the Discovery, I got all that.
All right, Norma, I need a reset date, 2 weeks. State you need to be prepared to tender an offer at that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
September 9th.
All right, we'll be back on September 9th. All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Ms. Studemire, can you come forward for a moment, please?
But in this case, I can't go back in.
All right, your attorney informed me about the death you had in your family. Have you been able to see anyone? You ready?
Tomorrow.
All right, what is happening with Trevino?
I sent a request to SAPD's tag detail asking them to produce Coban that I suspect exists based off of the fact that 2 of the detectives who conducted the detention of Mr. Trevino were in a patrol car, and patrol vehicles typically are equipped with Coban systems.
All right, so do we know if so you said you attempted to reach out, or have you made contact?
I just sent the request to the tag detail email address. I don't know when they will respond, but it will typically be within a day.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, where's Mr. Trevino? Come forward.
Now, I don't know what we will learn when they respond.
Okay. All right, this is going to be the last discovery date. Norma, recall this for September 16th for discovery.
Yes, ma'am.
And there'll be no further discoveries. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.